My name is Darin Kinder. I have been retired from the U.S. Secret Service for about 3 months, retired in June of 2025. I was a special agent for the U.S. Secret Service for 25 years. My most difficult, my hardest day on the job was certainly September 11th, 2001. I was in the World Trade Center because that's where our office was. The New York field office was in 7 World Trade Center. I was in the locker room putting on a clean suit, ready to start the day, just finished everything when suddenly we were being told to evacuate. Moments earlier I had felt a slight rumble or shake. Didn't know what was going on, but as I poured outside onto the street, we were just across the street from the North Tower. And it was the North Tower that was hit first. That's the side I was on, and I looked up. At the World Trade Tower #1, and it was just a raging inferno. And I knew this was going to be a hard day, and didn't know what was going on. I didn't know the totality of the circumstances. The day unfolded as just one near-death experience after another, honestly, because I was on the street tending to a woman's arm. I was bandaging her arm that was badly burned when a massive explosion just came over my head. And that was the second plane striking, coming in, hitting the South Tower, really low, really fast, and I was really close, too close. At that point, real true madness, chaos ensued, and everyone was running and scrambling and going in different directions. At that time, myself and 2 other agents who I worked with decided we were going to go in the North Tower. I helped carry a woman down who was on the 10th floor who was not able to evacuate herself anymore, and I handed her off to paramedics that were there. I saw some firefighters and ran into them and had a brief conversation with them, and at that point I decided I was going to leave and go back downstairs. And I was outside of the complex. I was looking for my colleagues, looking for the people I worked with, when I heard this strange sound. It sounded like metal screeching on metal. Apparently that's the sound that metal makes when it's about to lose its battle with heat, with burning jet fuel and gravity. As I looked up, I saw the top of Tower 2 buckle and begin to collapse. And yeah, my first thought was, I'm dead. Lights out. Game over. I was too close. I was danger close. I ran fast. But I was not going to outrun that monster. And then just that bright, beautiful day became a dark night of horror as that storm cloud took me over. And I couldn't see anything. My eyes and ears and nose were instantly filled with pulverized concrete and other material. And it was just black as black can be. The point between the 2 collapses, that time frame, is about 29 minutes, if I remember correctly. And I helped carry a woman down the street, and she had her femur was sticking out of her leg. She had a compound fracture in her leg. I saw a man stagger across the street, and an ambulance just come and smash into this person because they didn't see each other. Just awful chaos. I saw the worst of humanity that day because of the terror attack on these innocent civilians, but I saw the best of America that day. I do not remember making a choice to go back to the World Trade Center site, but at some point I did, because I was almost at the same point in the same intersection when I heard the same metal on metal screeching sound. And this time I knew what it was. I knew the North Tower, Tower 1, was about to collapse. And I got a little bit of a head start this time. Through my shoulder, through a revolving door, into some random bank. My head hit the floor, and I'm looking up, and just as I look at the door, the storm cloud went by the door. We exited the bank and we got to the street, and we had a choice to make. If we turn left, we go back to the World Trade Center site. If we go right, we walk towards sunlight, towards the north, out of the mess. And there wasn't even a conversation. I can't explain it. We just got to that point and we turned left. We go back to Vesey and Church Street, the same intersection where everything happened for me. That was my battlefield that day. But at that point, my friend Rob, he looked across the intersection and he pointed to a fire truck, one fire truck that wasn't damaged. And he said, hey, we should hook up a hose to that fire truck and start putting out these fires. Within a minute or so, water came pouring out of this hose. And they joined me, Rob and John joined me on the hose, and we just became this 3-man amateur hour firefighting team in that intersection. More than anything, my lasting memory of that day, and the people that I will never forget and honor, are the 422 first responders who died. The firefighters, the policemen, the Port Authority policemen, the paramedics, 422 of them who were just doing their job and doing it well, serving together. I was awarded the Secret Service Medal of Valor for my actions that day. So were John and Tom, and John and Rob and Frank and several other Secret Service agents. We were given that honor for our actions. And it's not something I talk about. It's not something that I know that the men and women I served with that day can look me in the eye, and I can look them in the eye and know that we did the right thing, and that's all the recognition I need.